if your real estate investing business, it's already on the go and you have maybe a couple of projects completed, but you want to continue to increase the ability to do more or just to track it better, I have a few tips for you today that you are going to find. In some cases, it's administration, which we all have to do. If you implement some of the things that you don't like and you make a process out of it, it's always going to give you an advantage, and you're going to be able to do things in a more organized way, and you're always going to have more data, more ways to make a change if you need to make a change quicker. So let's get into it right away. Develop an effective filing system. Organization as a real estate investor is the best thing that you can have. It's going to be your friend. So managing a problem can mean a mountain of paperwork, especially when you are on the go. People will hand you receipts, invoices, they will give you a call, and then everything will be everywhere. Try to make a file folder that you carry with you for each one of your projects, because otherwise this will become a nightmare to keep track of. And you can waste a precious time trying to get a copy of an invoice or just go back to the property because you forgot something. Searching for things is really just a waste of time. So a proper filing system with clearly defined document naming conventions will ensure a consistent approach to project artifact storage. So the more you keep everything in one place, the better. I usually scan my documents as they come in. And even then, sometimes I do misplace one or two. Delegate tasks efficiently. So you really need to understand who you're going to give the task to. So being able to delegate tasks is one of the most important skills you can have as a project manager. There is an art to effective delegation, but when you have mastered it, you will take the pressure off of yourself and give your team members a sense of responsibility and achievement instead of giving each person a large chunk of work to be completed. Break everything into smaller tasks. Don't be vague when giving directions, and make sure each team member knows exactly what they're doing and when it needs to be finished by. You should also make sure the person you're giving the task to has the correct information to complete it. So delegation, it takes time because basically you need to develop a synergy with your team. And in some cases, you don't really, or you haven't been working with this person, especially if it's a new contractor. So you really don't know how they work. But try to have a conversation and get to know them so you can see what is their work style and you can adapt to it. Remember, you are the one that is managing these people, and that you are the one that needs to adapt to talk to them in the manner that they're used to and that they can understand. Now, this one will come with time to anticipate some issues. So we all hope that issues don't arise, particularly when there are strict timelines to adhere to. Unfortunately, this is rarely the case in projects. Developing and keeping risk and issues registered up to date along with addressing issues. Unfortunately, this is rarely the case in any project. Developing and keeping risk and issues registered up to date along with addressing issues as soon as possible will help in preventing your project plan from going off track if there is a major issue threatening to stop your project in its track. A predetermined process will reduce anxiety and make it much easier to approach the problem objectively and find an appropriate solution. Regular two-way communication with key stakeholders is also vital to ensuring there are no surprises along the way. The last tip that I can give you is that use some project management software or an Excel sheet to keep track of everything that you need to do. First of all, you will have readily available all of the tasks that need to be completed. And then you can just have maybe a check mark saying this is done, or if there is any issues, it's delayed, something that you can also do. I am used to using the project management software, but it is not required unless you do have a previous background in project management. In some cases, actually, it's more detrimental because by the time you make all the adjustments, everything goes up in smoke. Sometimes you really have to follow your instinct and help the team members to get on track, and just by asking questions, what do they need? Sometimes it's just as simple as they are missing some material that you can just go to the hardware store and go and get it for them. Implementing one or two things from what we just talked about could really increase the ability for you to have more things done in the long term. And especially if you already have a business going, you will see that a couple of things will make a big change, especially in the administration part, which I don't like doing, but it has to be done. And in every business, you're going to have to keep track of things that happen, when it happened, who you hire, for many different reasons, for your own data, so you can go back and look at what you've done so far, and also to maybe for some warranties on just go back to a job and see who worked on it and go back to redo the job if it needs to be done. So I hope this helped, and I hope you can get one or two things implemented in your business and you can get more efficient at it. I will see you in the next one.